Ucchi is one of my favorite Cars diecasts of all time. There's something that's just so inherently cool about a Cars diecast that acts as a ramp that you can drive other cars through. They fit through it, you can drive them on up and through. It's just such a cool concept. I remember seeing a video about this car back in 2015. It was some channel doing a video about a bunch of recent deluxe releases, and as soon as I saw Ucchi, I became absolutely obsessed with the item, and I needed to have it. Every single time I went to Toys R Us for the next year, I would check the Cars aisle for Ucchi, and I never found him. Eventually, my parents got him for me online, and I was able to add this car to my collection, and he remains a personal favorite of mine still to this day. Anyway, guys, welcome back to yet another review and to another birthday request here on the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Ucchi, a request from Plushyrama. Thank you so much for leaving your suggestion, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I'm so excited to review Ucchi. Love this car. I just love the concept. Beyond just how cool it is to have a car that acts as a ramp for other items, like, seriously, that's so cool, and you've got to admit, this has to be one of the most unique cars ever made in just the regular mainline. A car with this sort of play feature would typically be a playset. You know, your large-scale Mack or other large-scale vehicles like that dinosaur car or Cabby from Blaine's. But Ucchi here was just released as a regular old deluxe, completely in scale with everything else in the toy line. He just so happens to work as a fully functioning ramp. Now, he is, of course, a boarding ramp vehicle. I'm not sure what the official technical name for these are, but we've all seen them at airports. And if you haven't seen one, well, you've certainly been in one, because this is what they attach to the door of the airport that you walk through to get onto the plane. You can see this circular area here is this shape because this is the part that connects to the plane. Again, we've all been on these if you've ever been on a flight before, even if you don't know what the vehicle looks like from the outside. It kind of shocked me when I realized, wait a minute, Ucchi is one of those vehicles. That's why he's a ramp. He's one of those things that you walk through when you're boarding a plane. Such a cool concept. Such a cool concept for a Cars diecast, and it's one that I'm just so glad they released. Unfortunately, most of this car is plastic. I'm typically not the type of person to complain about large plastic usage on Cars diecasts, but I mean, some of it's getting kind of scuffed with other colors, as plastic tends to do when it chips and stuff. Unfortunately, over the years, that's happened to my Ucchi. When it comes to plastic on Cars diecasts, I usually excuse it because there are a lot of shapes that you kind of have to make with plastic and can't do with metal. But here, literally, the only part of Ucchi that's metal is the area where his face is. Literally everything else, all of this plastic, all of this plastic. The ramp being plastic makes sense, but even this part at the bottom is plastic. And I think you could pretty clearly see that it is plastic. Pretty good facial expression here. I mean, you're not really asking for much for Ucchi's facial expression. I don't really think anybody is specifically looking for a film-accurate facial expression on this character, but it does match a character we see in the movie pretty well. We see him very, very briefly during the airport chase sequence, hence why he was released in the Airport Adventure line. He's got a logo for Sam Air Eye on the side. Looks like he's got a bit of dust down there. One of the hard-to-reach spots for Ucchi there. That's a pun, obviously. Not the best one, but I always thought it was honestly kind of clever. Caution stripes all over this guy. Several different types of caution stripes. We got black and yellow and red and white. What's your favorite caution stripe? Let me know in the comments. I'm sorry. Another really cool detail about this item is that the ramp actually has windows, fully functioning actual windows, you know, not just painted on or printed on. No, these are just straight up actual windows if you drive something through it or stick your finger through it and you can see it. Now, a lot of different cars can fit in Ucchi, but there are also a lot that can't. I've been using Cal as a reference here, not only because he's very close to where I review my cars, he sits right up there, but also because he's a very generic shape. Taller characters such as Mater obviously aren't going to fit in there. The King isn't going to fit in there. There are a lot of different characters that you just simply can't drive through. There really isn't that much space there, and even someone like Cal is pretty much rubbing up against the top almost. You can see there's very, very little wiggle room there. Can we get like I'm willing to bet you guys Chick Hicks wouldn't even work. Would Chick work? He might be just, yeah, you can see maybe he's getting a little a little stuck in there. It's a very, very tight fit. So, hold on. Last one we'll test out, Max Schnell. I know in the past when I reviewed Ucchi, I've tried out a ton of cars, but okay, yeah, so Max can fit through, but you can see a lot of them are kind of struggling to get out since it is such a tight fit. So cars that are only slightly taller, you know what? Let me just do a mater real quick to show you guys what doesn't work. Let's see, can we get a mater? I got a regular old mater right here. Okay, mater. Yeah, clearly. So, a lot of characters won't fit. If I remember correctly, Finn McMissile doesn't actually fit. Unfortunately, I don't have him with me right now, but I don't think Finn fits. I guess his roof is just a little too high, but still, the concept of this car is so, so cool. I can excuse it not working with every character. That is an inevitability. Most cars' playsets and haulers don't function with every character. I really like how we have this sort of door flap. These two door flaps are where it would connect to, well, the door in the airport. There is a look up the ramp. As you can see there, really, really well put together vehicle. There is a look at the other side. And finally, there's a look at the base. You can see a bit more of the complexities of the different parts of this item. Ucchi is genuinely, in my opinion, one of the coolest releases we've ever got in the Cars diecast line. There will never be another item like Ucchi, and it's always so cool when we see Mattel pull random, unique characters from the background, something they still do to this day. You know, every once in a while we get cars that are truly, truly special, completely unique, never done before, never to be done again, and Ucchi is certainly one of those. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you once again, Plushyrama, for the request, and I hope you have a great birthday. See you guys next time. Bye now.